if you commit a serious crime such as murder or terrorism, or if you commit serious sex crimes, you deserve to be fucking executed, and you should be executed. Now, in order to avoid executing people that are possibly innocent, I think it should only be in cases where there's indisputable scientific evidence, like in a case of murder, for example, or terrorism, like indisputable scientific evidence, such as DNA evidence, and that evidence is left in such a way that there can be absolutely no guilt, no doubt about whether or not that person is guilty of that crime. Like in cases of murder, serious sex crimes, terrorism, even cases of attempted murder as well too. Because sometimes someone's life could be seriously fucked up if someone tries to kill them, even if they don't end up dying. They could end up with serious lifelong injuries. And another time I believe that execution is an appropriate manner of punishment is if there's indisputable, good quality photographic evidence, like picture evidence, video surveillance evidence, and there's no doubt about the identity of the people or person committing those crimes in that video or in those pictures, and there's no dispute about the fact that they are committing, like what they're doing in that in those pictures or in that video. Like there's absolutely no dispute or no doubt about what they're doing in there, that they are committing serious crimes. Serious criminals should not be allowed to fucking sit in jail and get all kinds of privileges that a lot of Canadians don't have. Like to be able to sit in jail and fucking watch TV and go on the internet and communicate with their families and friends and be able to play video games or play pool or work out in some gym or go to the prison library, any shit like that. Serious criminals need to be executed. And you know what, for the hell of it, like why not make some money off of it, off those executions, and give 50% of that money to the victims of that person or people's crimes, and give the other 50% to taxpayers so that they can use it towards, other social programs. And why not have public executions? Like for example, have public executions in hockey arenas or in concert stadiums, like for example in Toronto at the Toronto Rogers Centre or at the Air Canada Centre, or like in Montreal at Olympic Stadium or the Molson Centre. Charge people, say, $20 admission to come in and watch that public execution. Maybe even have a concert and shit. Sell food and sell drinks, make it a true entertainment event. Maybe even show it on pay-per-view for $10 or $20. Make some money off of it and make an example out of these fucking animals. Like I was just hearing that later on today, fucking Paul Bernardo, one of the most notorious criminals in Canadian history, will actually get to apply for parole. This bastard has been convicted of 3 counts of first-degree murder, all against teenage girls, and he's been convicted of multiple rapes. And those 3 teenage victims as well, too. He was also convicted of committing horrendous sex crimes and other types of crimes against them besides murder. Why should this motherfucking piece of shit get to apply for parole today or apply for parole any fucking day? And after hearing about a woman named Terry Lynn McClintock, who was one of the 2 people convicted of abducting, raping, and murdering 8-year-old Tori Stafford several years ago, along with Michael Rafferty, hearing that this woman, Terry Lynn McClintock, instead of being in a maximum security jail that she was sentenced to, is actually being transferred to an Aboriginal healing center. No. This bitch and Paul Bernardo's sick-ass wife, Carla Homolka, should have all been executed. And Terry Lynn McClintock's partner in crime, Michael Rafferty, should have also been executed as well, too. And I was hearing about some murderer out in Calgary, this crazy guy that fucking stabbed 5 people to death at this party in Calgary. I believe he's being transferred to some kind of hospital so that they can get ready to reintegrate him into society. Fuck all these people. Off with their fucking heads. They need to be publicly executed. Enough of this fucking bullshit. Enough coddling these fucking criminals. Start dealing with them in the manner they deserve to be dealt with. Public executions. Yes, I am pro-capital punishment.